Okay, let's just jump right in. In the last 7 days, something like 50, that's 50 major AI updates dropped. It's just completely overwhelming, right? So we're going to cut through all that noise and focus on the handful of things that actually changed the game. Because this wasn't just another week of small steps. Nope. This was the week the AI race went nuclear. Yeah, you heard that right. The AI war has officially entered a new, and I mean explosive phase. We are way past the point of just building bigger and bigger models. The entire game has changed, and honestly, we're only just beginning to feel the shockwaves. So, this isn't a simple race for the smartest AI anymore. It's way more complicated now. It's basically a multi-front war, and it's being fought over things like user experience, who actually gets access to these powerful tools, and how deep this tech is going to get embedded into our everyday lives. All right, let's start with the core technology itself. This is where the heavyweights are really trading blows. And it all kicks off with OpenAI basically admitting they made a pretty big mistake and then scrambling to fix it. You know, when GPT-5 launched a few months back, the feedback was, well, it was brutal. People called it stiff, robotic, weirdly formal. I mean, even Sam Altman admitted they'd kind of messed up. The model was super smart, for sure, but talking to it just felt like a chore. So they went straight back to the drawing board. And the result? GPT 5.1. So OpenAI's fix went right at the complaints. Now you get a quick instant mode and a deeper thinking mode. You can even pick a personality, professional, candid, or quirky. But the real game changer here is something called adaptive reasoning. The model now actually knows when to shoot back a fast answer and when to pause and, think. That plus using simpler language is a huge leap in making AI feel less like a machine and more like a partner. But just as OpenAI was trying to sort out its personality problem, China launched what I can only describe as a direct assault. They didn't just release one model, they released two incredibly powerful ones. And yeah, one of them is already being called a GPT-5 killer. And this really highlights a massive clash in strategy. On one side, you've got OpenAI doubling down on a polished, paid, closed-off experience. Think of it like Apple's walled garden. On the other side, you have Moonshot AI, which is just unleashing its super powerful Kimi 2 model as a free, open-source tool that's all about raw power, planning complex tasks, writing its own code, and just getting stuff done on its own. It's a battle of philosophies, really, the polished garden versus the wild, open frontier. And believe me, China did not stop there. Kimi K2 isn't just free, it actually scores higher than GPT-5 on what they call the Humanities Last Exam benchmark, which is basically a test of really advanced reasoning. And at the exact same time, Baidu drops Ernie 5.0, a single model that does everything: text, images, audio, video, the whole shebang. And its predecessor is also totally free for commercial use. The message here is crystal clear. China is arming the world's developers for free. But hold on, this is not just a two-horse race between the US and China, not by a long shot. Other global players are jumping into the ring with completely different and frankly brilliant strategies. It's making the whole picture way more interesting. Okay, India's approach here is just genius. See, most AI is trained and tested on perfect English, but India has dozens of major languages and countless dialects. So what did they do? They built the Indic LLM Arena. It's basically a public leaderboard where anyone can ask a question in their own native language, get two anonymous AI answers, and then just vote for the one that's better. It's literally crowdsourcing a better AI, one that's built for how Indians actually talk. It's so smart. So while India is solving problems on the ground, Google is, well, they're looking up, way up. Their strategy is called Project Suncatcher, and it involves launching their AI data centers into orbit. I know it sounds like pure science fiction, but it's really happening. The first satellites are set to launch in early 2027. So why on earth would they do this? It comes down to one word: energy. Training these gigantic AI models takes a colossal amount of power. But in orbit, with 24/7 unfiltered sunlight, solar panels can capture 8 times more energy than they can on Earth. Google is betting that this is the only way to solve AI's biggest bottleneck. And if you're wondering if the hardware can even survive up there, well, it can. The biggest threat in space is radiation, right? But Google's custom AI chips were tested, and they survived 15 times more radiation than they would ever need to. So yeah, they're ready for launch.
So we've got these battles over brains and over energy. Now let's talk about the battle for your wallet. This is where this AI race gets very real, very fast, and it's being fought out in a courtroom as we speak.
So, this company, Perplexity, built an AI browser that can literally log into your Amazon account, find the cheapest option for what you want, and buy it for you, skipping all the ads, all the sponsored results. Now, Amazon, whose ad business is worth over $50 billion, was not thrilled. On Halloween, they sent a legal notice. Just 3 days later, they filed a full blown federal lawsuit.
Perplexity's response, though? Oh, it was absolutely savage. Their CEO called it a bully tactic, and they put out a blog post with the title, "Bullying is not innovation." They are framing this entire thing as a fight for our rights, the user's rights, against a corporate giant just trying to protect its ad money. It's a classic David versus Goliath story. And the stakes here for all of us are just huge. This isn't just about shopping. It's the first major legal test for what they call agentic AI. This idea of AIs acting as our personal agents online. If Amazon wins this, it could set a precedent allowing any website to block these agents from helping you. But if Perplexity wins, well, the future of AI bots hunting for the best deals for us stays wide open. The whole future of e-commerce could hang on this.
Meanwhile, another tech giant is making a huge commercial play, but in a totally different way. Apple, after years and years of promising us a smarter Siri, has basically admitted it can't keep up. So what are they doing? They're paying Google $1 billion a year to stick a custom Gemini model inside Siri. It's set to launch in spring 2026. It's such a classic Apple move. Just lean on a competitor until your own tech is finally ready. Okay, this brings us to our final battlefront. And honestly, this one is the most personal of all. Because as AI voices become perfect clones of human voices, we have to start asking a very, very serious question. Is that really you talking? 11 Labs, who are leaders in this voice AI space, just launched something called the Iconic Marketplace. It's a platform where celebrities, or even their estates, can give permission to have their voices cloned and then license them out for people to use. It's a real attempt to create some kind of ethical framework around a technology that could, easily get out of hand. And this isn't some theoretical thing. It is happening right now. Matthew McConaughey's newsletter is now being narrated in Spanish using his perfect AI cloned voice. I mean, after all the drama during the Hollywood strikes, this is a massive deal. The AI is here, but this time the actors are actually giving their consent, and they're getting paid for it. But this tech isn't just for celebrities. The newest update to Google's Gemini Live lets its AI assistant speak with this incredibly natural audio. You can tell it to speed up, slow down, or even switch to a different accent right in the middle of a conversation. The old robot voice is dead. Our assistants are starting to sound just like us. So there you have it. From the lab to the courtroom to our own phones, the AI race has just accelerated in every single direction. And it leaves us with this one kind of dizzying question. As this technology becomes totally indistinguishable from reality, in 20 years, will we even know if we're talking to a real person or to their perfect digital ghost? It's a wild thought. Let me know what you think.